Twitch, hello please. Okay, so what are we doing today? We're trying out vertical live streaming. There it is, holy shit, okay. Do I also have the regular YouTube live stream? I do, I have two YouTube live streams. Okay. What are we doing today? Get that out of here. Very confusing. Okay. I have to use a new chat plugin. Find all these chats, so it's quite confusing. Okay. We're live though, I think. Look at this. This is the vertical live stream. Crazy. I had to do this whole thing with like moving the like display around and stuff like that, so we'll see how well that works. Okay. What is this? Okay, we can close that. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna do a little chat test here. See if my little thing is working. Test. Which. Okay. How is that showing up on my stream? Okay, there it goes. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is test YouTube horizontal. There we go. Okay, there we go. Test YouTube vertical. Okay. It's all there. It's all there. Weird. Okay. Very weird. Let me see how this shows up on my phone, actually. If I can find it on my phone. Like, apparently YouTube vertical lives will just show up in YouTube Shorts somehow. I don't know how I can like actually go to it on my YouTube app here though. Let me check comms real quick. Let me check comms real quick. We'll see how well that works. Yeah, maybe music could be a bit louder. Okay. I think everything else sounded good. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna take some getting used to. Yeah, I can't like click on these live streams on my YouTube channel on my phone. Oh, here we go. Oh, there it is. Crazy. Let me look at the code window, because that's what's going to be like really, really awkward. Oh, my face is just like behind the chat. Hang on, let me check this out. Test. Oh, did the chat just like, oh, it like auto shows the chat or something? Test. Thank you for the test. I appreciate that. Wait, it's like, oh, there, okay, it shows up very delayed. I guess I don't need to show the chat on screen. Into vertical live. Because it's like basically already there on the phone screen, so. I'm gonna take that down as a note for next time. Get the music back on. But yeah, my face is just, I guess, completely covered by the chat, which is probably a good thing. Probably good. Okay, let's do some game dev. We'll see how this goes. Oh my god, my OBS feed is like all different now. It's throwing me off so much. All this movement happening because of the screen. But yeah, what are we working on today? So I think last time I left off, I was working on some noise. There we go. There it is. Yeah, so I'm working on actually giving my procedural terrain like some material information. What we're seeing here is just kind of like me debug drawing that for like grass, dirt, and stone, you know. And this will impact a lot of the different systems that I have going. I think the first and foremost is just terrain deformation. Like when you dig on like grass, you expect there to be dirt underneath it, not more grass. So that's big. That's big. So that's one of the main reasons we're doing this. And I've got like the base noise generation kind of done here. So if I move this through the world, we can kind of see a lot of dirt up there. When we go lower, we get some stone. Yeah. Then there's the height map. So yeah, that's what we're using to visualize what we've done here. And now we're just trying to tie it back together to our brain system that we've already built. And where was I with that? Let's boot it up here. Oh man, that sucks. So for the vertical live stream, it'll pan all the way over. Oh, it doesn't stay in the center during play. That sucks. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. Wow, that's super jarring. Okay. Something I will have to... I need to, like, I guess, lock the cursor to the screen or something. Because, like, here's what I'm talking about. It doesn't look very good. It's gonna have to work for now. We're just gonna have a haggard vertical stream. But these different colored points here represent the corners of the triangle that I'm standing on, and their colors are the material there. So we do have some material information. White means none though, and there shouldn't be none anywhere. So that's a problem. We do have some stone right there and some grass right there. So yeah, I see no dirt. So yeah, things are not correct here. Things are not exactly correct. I wonder if I should just like debug draw all of the points, all of the vertex colors here. That might be useful. Probably only for one chunk though. Multiple chunks would probably be quite laggy. Okay, what were we doing here? To remember what I was doing last time. Generate vertex data. Yeah, I guess I need to understand why the none is showing up. That should only be for when it's above the height map. Right. I did the height map information there. So I guess maybe I'm wondering if above height map, then set it to none. Okay, let's make this let's add some tolerance to this. It's greater than height map value, and we'll just like plus 0.1 maybe. Add a little bit of tolerance there. And then let's debug draw all the points here. And we'll only do that if okay, it doesn't like the live coding. That's fine, I get that. The desired points. Wait, why is that getting hit? Okay, fun stuff. Okay, so if we're only gonna do this on like the center front core, just so we don't like destroy the screen with debug drawings. Give me that. Draw debug point. Get actor location. No, so we want to actually, let's do a 4i on the vertices buffer dot num. Give me this one. Okay, so for each vertex in our vertices buffer, we are going to draw stuff. Can't wait. Lifetime, yeah, we can do persistent lines. Yeah, we need to get rid of some of this stuff. So the vertex location right there, size, let's just make that 20. Where did I make the other one? Aren't I? Where am I debugging the other one at? I've forgotten now. Oh yeah, that's in the... That is in the procedural terrain subsystem. There it is. Okay, we're doing size 50 there. Okay, so let's do 50 then. Color, then we need to, I think there is a my generic utils get vertex right color. There we go. And so now I need the vertex data for this index, vertex terrain data at that wait, let me see here. I need to get the data first, right? F terrain vertex data. Vertex data material type. Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Persistent lines, let's just do true there. I want them to always show up. Okay, so let's rebuild that. Okay, so we're building. And when that's done, we'll see if our little height map tolerance made any difference here. Oh my god, the ads on Twitch are getting invasive. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and play. It's not showing my debug colors at all, actually. Well, that's not very helpful. Why is that? Why are you not going? Why are you not showing that? Yeah, we still have none, so maybe the tolerance isn't enough? Kind of hard to tell. Kind of hard to tell when we don't have a full picture of what's happening here, so let me put a breakpoint there and we'll restart it. Yes, 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 I understand. I understand. Please. Oh my. I really need to fix this PCG function here. It crashes all the time when I'm ending play. Thing is, like, I've tried several things. And none of them have worked. No, I have like tried to check for validity on all the things it's complaining about, but it still fails. Okay. Trying that again. Did I put the breakpoint in? I did. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Quick play. Okay, we did hit it. Have we... Yeah, so we should have the vertices. There we go. vertex. Oh, right. You're not in world space. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, let's put that into world space. God, I have so many windows open now because all these pop-out chats. Okay. So technically, oh, yep, there they all are. I was gonna say, technically they should be down here. That gives us a little bit of an idea. Oh, that's crazy. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I guess it's mimicking the shape of the that little tube of this noodle. Oh god. Okay, so yeah. We should be able to restart here. And then I guess it should be in world space now. There we go. There we go. Now we can see how it actually looks. There's our data. There it is. And then there's the tube. There's the tube. Okay, so yeah, a lot of things none here. Let's see if we can find a pattern. Either the dirt just isn't getting, well, we know for sure the dirt's not getting applied properly because there should be at least some dirt on the tube there. But maybe also our height map is not properly. So maybe let's just comment this out for now. Let's comment that out for now and then regenerate. Okay, yeah, that did absolutely nothing. Okay, so it's really just a problem with the vertex data generation itself. Okay, so we know it's not an issue with the height map. We know it's not an issue with the height map. Okay, so why isn't the dirt getting applied properly? For reference, this is what it should look like. Where's my debug cube? Do I need to force regen? Does it not debug during gameplay, I guess? I wonder if I should create like a function to like regenerate this real quick, just to iterate on it a little bit faster. Then I don't want to have to start and stop the terrain generation every time. Oh, I need to maybe click that. Can you generate the cube that I'm using as a reference, please? No. No. Okay, it's not generated at all. Okay, so let's create like a little test function here then. Yeah, let's put it on the terrain chunk. We'll make like a blueprint callable column editor function or something. That way we can just like click on a terrain chunk and do like, hey, generate and show me the stuff. Give me the juice. Let's do that. U function, column editor, blueprint callable, void, generate and show vertex data. Okay, and that way we can make changes to the algorithm. We'll run this function, and then hopefully that will like redraw everything. Maybe I should be drawing on pick or something. That way it like refreshes. Height map. Where is my height map? There it is. Okay, we got the height map. No, I just put it right back where I got it from. That's not what I intended. Oh, duh, because it's up here. I'm blind. I'm blind. Okay. Okay, so now that'll regenerate each time we click this button. And yeah, let's add a tick function here. Where should I put that? Let's just put it like right here. It's kind of a temporary thing, so I don't really care where it goes. Tick, tick, tick. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. Do I? Because then this means every single terrain chunk is going to tick. Let's just we'll just draw it for a specific amount of time. Don't know what I'm using that for. That was like right there. Rather than persistent lines, we're gonna do false. Let's just draw for like 10 seconds. That should be enough to get a gander. Okay, let's rebuild. And then we can see, I guess it'll be interesting to see if the noise actually lines up with each chunk. If it doesn't, that'll be a good indicator of like what's wrong. Oh boy. Like what could be wrong. Okay, we're building. I guess I need to get into a habit of like putting my mouse where the focus should be so that the camera like follows it. The vertical streams are going to be pretty haggard till I get this figured out. Okay. Yeah, it's probably pretty jarring. It's jarring to me just seeing it in OBS. We don't need the character there anymore. Yeah, so let me show what... here's what I'm going for, right? This is what I want my terrain chunks to look like, data-wise, right? And then, like, as you go down, you can see we get into some stone and dirt. The height map is green. That's what we're going for. But with my actual terrain, it's not lining up. We're trying to figure that out. There's the terrain. Okay, so I should be able to run this function now. Where is it? Generate and show data. That didn't do anything. That did nothing. Okay. Why did that do nothing? Please do things. Okay. Not doing anything. Oh, I have it if chord equals 0. Okay, so let's fix that. We were only running it for terrain chunk chord 0, 0, 0. Now we will do it for any chunk. Okay, try again. There it is. Okay. Interesting. It does kind of line up, I think. I think that lines up. It looks so crazy. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Stop that, please. I should turn PCG off. Oh, God. Back over there. Okay. Okay, so why? Because I'm using the same settings I'm using for like the test stuff. Testing-wise, it turns out fine. Let me, I guess, let me go to endless terrain here. Let me look at the settings I have. Okay, so vertex material, noise params, grass, of course. Dude, what is this UDP messaging thing? That's lagging me so bad. Hang on. I just turned this off. I don't think it actually took. I hate that you actually have to like close the editor completely. Was it enabled transport? Yeah, see, it didn't take. So I think what you have to do is you actually have to shut down the editor and then it'll save your shit. Okay, so let's rebuild that and then hopefully, because I was noticing some hitching happening there whenever it was trying to do whatever the hell that was. Yeah, I'm noticing the vertical stream. They don't want to keep my cursor in the center. It's a bit awkward. Okay, it's still happening. Dude, this is so annoying. What? Okay, so I turn that off and these debug messages stop. File, save all, save, okay. Can we close properly? Are you shutting down properly? Okay, you shut down, I think. Oh my god, it's still happening. That's what why doesn't this setting save? That's incredibly triggering. Okay, hang on. Okay, side quest. We got to figure out why this isn't working. Okay, Unreal Engine enable transport setting. Disable send usage data? Okay. Kudos. Welcome. Yeah, we're getting this, like, error message here, or warning message. You're trying to remove this warning? Yeah. I mean, I have removed it, but the setting isn't sticking, which is super annoying. Like, if I get rid of this, it's fine. When using VPN, but my VPN isn't on at all. So I'm confused. This what did that just say? Disabling What did I just read? It was like send usage or something. Usage. Was it in editor settings maybe? It's like send usage settings or usage information. Don't send. Okay, can you stop now, please? No. No, you won't. Oh my god. This has never happened to me before, so I don't know why it's happening now. And I would like that setting to actually apply and stay applied. In the U project file? Okay. You mean like an engine INI? Oh, okay. Oh, stick. You came in with the sauce. Give me that. Give me that. Wait, oh, you're just disabling the entire plugin, though. That's what that's doing. What else is the plugin used for? Because I don't know that I want to disable the entire thing. I mean, it's a temporary workaround for now, I suppose. Why are you mad? Search what requires it. Enable trans. I just wish that setting would stay applied. I am not the only one with this issue. Let me see if oh my god, it just like absolutely changed my project. Let me do like the default engine. Come on, Ryder. There we go. So there's got to be like got to be a setting, right? Thing is like, what do I name it? Let me actually look. Enable transport. There we go. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Okay. Stops annoying laggy UDP output log messages. Okay. So now let's get rid of that. Don't need that. Yeah, you're gonna have to redo all of that, Ryder. I'm sorry. Oh dear. Okay, it's done syncing, so let's restart now and we'll see if that setting actually stays put and doesn't get reset. Okay. So far, so good. Was it project settings? I forget which one. I think it was project settings. Enable transport. Oh, it worked. Oh, we're cooking. Look at that. It's unchecked. Nice. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we fixed it. Okay. Back to testing the terrain. Side quest complete. Why does my vertex data not generate? Where did I change it? I put it in the default engine INI right here. There's the sauce. Default engine INI. Yeah, so there should be no white here. That's the issue. There should be no white. So we need to figure out why that's the case. Here, I'll paste it. There we go. Okay. Why, oh why, is there no dirt? Why am I not getting dirt? Let me take a look back at the endless terrain settings, just to make sure that all looked good. That's what I was doing before those logs got really annoying. Frequency looks good. AB threshold 099. 002. Okay, there's my curve for it. I guess let's like... Let's maybe throw some breakpoints in here. You don't get freezes with that log throughput. It definitely doesn't help the frame rate, that's for sure. Okay, what do we got here? Show me. When I open it, it's just always open. Okay. Value 0.09. Okay. Do people usually not have it open? I feel like it's I thought I was normal by leaving it open at all times here. Okay, yeah, so we have the dirt and stone material, but it's always stone. Value, because this to be greater than threshold. Oh, it's probably always lower. But that also doesn't explain why there's some none. Oh, hang on. We need to comment all of that out. Okay, yeah, that's probably. I only commented. I didn't comment out the if block. That's an issue. So maybe it is the height map. Needs some tolerance on it. Okay, let's regen that. There we go. Okay, that's a lot better. There is still some nuns though. I guess that technically could happen here. Right? Because, what am I saying? If material type B is not equal to none, or there's not two, which there is. So then the grass data is always this one. But we're doing if the threshold isn't higher, then do material type B. But there is no material type B. So maybe we do something like this. Oh no, we're setting material type A to material type A. What am I doing here? Right. Oh, because this is for the second time. Yeah, okay. Which we're not displaying at all. So we actually don't care about that. We actually don't care about that. That's okay. That makes sense as to why that's happening now, though. Maybe we don't do that, actually, and then just let material type be. If we'll go if highest param dot material type be equal to EMT none or that. There we go. Logic doesn't make sense, does it? What was I doing here? Yeah, let's just rethink this. Okay, so what's happening here is like I have these like these noise params, and they just represent different just different 3D noises. And then what I do is I take a curve. It looks like this for each set of noise params, and then I just go through the vertices, and depending on the world height, this is like a height bias curve is what this represents. And then I start applying that bias against the noise data to kind of like, you know, magnify it or whatever the opposite of magnify is. And then I pick the material that's on the noise setting. So that's kind of what's happening here. But some of the, like there's an A and a B, because like my vertex data, it has two materials on it and then a value for like how much of the material A is there. And that way, I'm doing that just so I can handle blending. Maybe let's just get rid of that for now. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. Highest param. Let's just do this. So we're just always gonna set material type A on there. Right? Unless this is the case, and I think I need to flip. Unless if material type B is not equal to none, and our highest param value, which is the noise value, is underneath the threshold, then we're gonna flip it basically. There we go. Okay. And so that handles the highest, because I'm picking like the two highest noise param values. So that handles picking the highest one. And then now I need to handle the second highest one. So if it is a valid index, else vert material B equals yeah, we need to do this part. Okay. What's the word for when you run your code and analyze which parts are often used or never used? What do you mean by which parts? Yeah, I'm not, the word you're looking for is not coming to my mind by any means. I'm not sure. I am not sure. You mean like the actual like lines of code that are used? Or like just the parts of your game that are interacted with? The blocks of code. I don't know. I haven't done that kind of test ever, actually. I know it kind of sounds similar to like maybe it's not a soak test, but that's the term that came to my mind. It's not that though. ChatGPT time, yeah, sounds like it. Or Gemini 2.5 is very good, I've come to find. I've been liking it more than ChatGPT lately. Okay, so if we have a valid second highest param, second highest, it should just be this, right? Well, we're gonna move that up there, and then we'll say if second highest dot value. Code coverage? That's a unit testing term, though. I don't know that ChatGPT is right about that one. Whenever I have used that term or heard it used, it's always about which lines of code are covered by tests. Unit tests. Yeah, but it's not... Yeah, I mean, you'd have to... That's unit test coverage, though. I don't know. Is that what you were looking for? Unit test code coverage? Because it sounded like what you were looking for is to play your game or run your code. Use the application or the game and then figure out which lines of code are used the most. At least that's how your question came off. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that. Okay, so if second highest value is less than 0.5, then we need to flip this. And I think we're good there. I don't think it's doable with runtime yet. But then, I mean, what are you trying to answer with that, though? Are you trying to figure out what lines of your code aren't tested? Because that's what code coverage, the code coverage metric is used for, is that you figure out which lines of code aren't tested so that you can write unit tests for them. Is that what you're looking for? Okay, and if there is no valid... if there is no valid second highest, then material type B equals material type B. Well, it's just the opposite of whatever this one is, right? Well, maybe we just do this. Let's just do this. Put that there. Whoops, put that there. And this way, we swap them, basically. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, this logic looks better than whatever the hell I was doing before. Whoops. Which, who the hell is writing unit tests for free time code? There we go. No white. That is what I'm looking for. Okay. But now we don't have any brown. And my noise values do seem off. Let me just put a breakpoint there. Yeah, I think maybe the position arrays that I'm using aren't. Okay, it's all stone and none, which is not supposed to be the case with the code I've written. Oh, this needs to be and not equal to none. Put that first, since we did it first the other time. Okay, we're ironing it out. We're ironing it out. But would be cool to know if some parts of codes are never used, like to find dead code. Yeah, but you'd have to actually run. You'd have to do like a runtime code coverage, code execution. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to do it. Did I run live coding? Oh, I'm debugged. Yeah. That's... Okay, let's look at our vertex data now. Okay, so now we have terrain material B there properly. Look at some more of these values because they're all stone. It is all, well, A is always stone. B is always grass, but the alpha is different. Not only dead code, but frequent code, a way to prioritize optimizations work, for example. I mean, yeah, I guess I could answer that question. I guess I wonder what kind of game or application do you have where you don't understand which parts are used more? Like, for my work, we have metrics that like we know all the events that happen in production, and we know what are our most used thing, like our most used features and buttons and whatnot. So we wouldn't, I think there are just better ways to figure out what's most used in your application, and you should probably be having metrics for that anyway if you care about it that much. I think there are better ways to accomplish. Okay, yeah, so this is always the same, which was not the intention of the code that I wrote. Okay, interesting. Okay, let me think about this. What did I write here? Oh, you saw my, like, empty if block here? Yeah, I was just trying to... this is me just trying to narrow down a problem. So, I will turn that back on whenever I get this figured out. Terrain material type B, not equal to none. And the noise value... noise value is less than the AB threshold, then we flip A equals highest param B, B equals highest param A. That makes sense. If we have a second highest, we should put that in B. Material type A into B. And if the second highest has a material type B, and oh, I guess I need to check this threshold too, don't I? Right here. Not that that makes a difference. AB threshold, there we go. Not that that should make a difference. It shouldn't, I don't think. And this is less. Use B instead. And then we just let the value, we go highest param value as the alpha here. And why am I not seeing dirt? So when I'm using the same noise settings for my debug test, which I guess, does this just like not run? Maybe I have to do, let me see here. Okay. Debug. Generate. I would like my debug cube, please. Please, sir. I would like to draw the debug view. It's like, is it like culled or something? It's not running. Oh, come on. This works in editor. That's so annoying. Okay, so I guess we're not going to be able to look at that while the game is running. I think the music... Let me turn the music up a little bit on my end. Then we'll turn it down. Yeah, so there should be dirt. So let me look at some of these values here. Okay, vertex data. Yeah, the numbers are all very small. Let's change the threshold on the... Can I change that runtime? Hopefully, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's change the threshold here to 0.5. There's some dirt. There's some dirt. Good. Good. There's some dirt. Look at that dirt. Look at it. Okay, there's still a lot of stone. I'm curious. Let's go to this guy over here. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay. We correctly got... Let me look at... this one's going to be interesting here. Now, I have stubbed out some slope filter. Oh, there's a lot of stone. That's not what I want. Not what I want. I have stubbed out some slope bias things as well, so that I can recreate this effect that I have here already. Because, like, what I'm displaying on the terrain chunks is... It's just like a landscape auto material based off of the world height. But I'm going to pass in this vertex data to it. And I would like to keep this kind of slope thing going on here. But I need the terrain data to reflect that. Okay, those don't match up at all. That is not correct. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking that we're not matching up properly. Hard to tell. It did mark this little divot as all stone, though. That's kind of cool. Okay, yeah, look at that, too. That one was cool looking. Let's see, the... Yeah, the height map stuff is working properly. But I don't think we're passing in some of the right coordinates, which is maybe why the threshold that I was expecting to work wasn't working. Let me see here. The height map is working, so I think that's fine. Great vertex data, and I'm just doing the transform here. Transform position times noise frequency. Did I need the location here? Did I need to do a little bit of transform.get location? I didn't think so. World vertex. And then I guess that would mean that I would need to... Oh no, we didn't do that anymore. Okay. Right here, though, potentially. Would need to be the same. Okay, let's try that. Let's see how this looks. Okay, let's go back over. I know this is the chunk that was like uber bad. Okay. Yeah, that didn't match up at all. Yeah, that does not. Why is this one so weird? Is it a height map issue? Maybe. Or I wonder. Okay, interesting. Interesting. It's like all the ones with the mountain in them are like super weird. That one seems fine. I guess, is this just the data looking weird? But like that doesn't, like, I'm not crazy, right? Like that does not match up. Maybe zoom out a little bit. Right? I mean, this one was the most egregious, it seems. Yeah, that does not, that doesn't match up at all. At all. That one kind of does. Those two match up together. Let's turn PCG off, because that's just kind of... Stop, thank you. PCG is just kind of making this a little messy. Taking up more memory than it fucking needs to, as PCG does. I'm actually contemplating rewriting my compute shader noise algorithms to the CPU and combining them. Maybe still keeping marching cubes in a compute shader, though. And what's interesting is actually... So that's 3, 2, 2, 2. Where's 4, 2? Because 4, 2 technically exists, it's just not rendered, but it should still have the data, so... 4, 2, generate. Yeah, there you go. So we can see the shape, even though it's not there. You can't debug the noise ignoring the altitude. I could. Oh, there's a ton of. And hang on, is that what was happening? Uh-oh, hang on. Oh, why is that white? Oh, it just we didn't have it generated. Okay, that's. I'm dumb. Yeah, I could do that. I don't think that that's... I think this is a location type issue. Because the noise on its own looks okay. It's when you put it next to some other stuff that it doesn't really match up. Specifically just those two. Well, we can try it though. We can try it. Apply height bias. So I guess instead of... Yeah, I guess we just comment that out. I guess we just comment that out. The underground caves can alter the noise at surface. No, so the noise, the material noise that we're visualizing here is all generated after the terrain. And the only thing that affects it right now is world height and height map. It's the only, so I mean, yeah, because there's no height bias now, that's going to be quite strong. Let's look at some of these ones underground. Is it all grass now? It's all grass now. Okay, so that's just not that's not very useful, is it? Why? I wouldn't have thought that this would be the case. It is all grass. Noise param. Oh, I'm not even setting the noise param value. That's why. Okay, so let's not. Let's just we'll have to stub this in. So it's all 1 right now, or 0 or something. Noise param value equals base noise. Okay, that's what we should have done. Okay. There we go. That's a looking better. That seems fine. Okay, let's look at this bad one. Okay, it is matching up now. Okay, maybe you're on to something, Cludos. Does that match up? Okay, so if that's the case, why is it on a per chunk basis? That doesn't make sense. If this does have something to do with the height bias, we have a height curve. If it's relative to height map, we have the height map value. There's no way I'm getting. There's 0 chance I'm passing in the wrong height map to the chunk, because I'm doing the same thing for every single chunk. If we have a float curve that is relative to the height map, we pass it the difference in world space. Otherwise, we just pass it the Z location in world space. Let's run live coding, first of all. Let's change the endless terrain noise settings to we'll change it to additive, which is gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. Does it match up though? That one's kind of it's harder to tell. That one. It doesn't. Okay. It does not. It does not. Okay. Change that back to apply as multiplier. Okay. Let me recheck what these look like here. It's specifically, it has something to do with the fact, I think, that this has a mountain in it. Either that or it's just a coincidence that it's happening on 2. Let's go over here. Go over here. What does this guy look like? Okay. Okay. That doesn't seem to match up, does it? Okay, I think the location I added is not right. I don't think we should be doing it. Let me do this here. Save that. Live coding. There is no lowest altitude and highest altitude float related to each cell, like a min-max that you use. I do have that information, I'm not using it right. And could change based on which cell you are. Yeah, I shouldn't need that for anything that I'm doing. I'm not doing any relative to the minimum and maximum height type stuff. Yeah, the noise is just not being generated uniformly. And let me check what the actual world... I'm like quite certain this has something to do with location here. Let me get this one that we know is weird. Boom. Okay. Okay, what is our world vertex here? And this should be for terrain chunk 24K, 24K. So that's terrain chunk 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay, so the transform I'm passing in is correct. And so this world vertex is within that. The Z is negative 6,000. That would be the lower bound. Yeah, that is correct. What is it? The frequency? No shot. Okay, let's run it again. Or what do our position array look like here? Yeah, this one's weird. Vertices are in local space, but we're multiplying it by frequency to like scale the noise. So yeah, I don't know that like me reading this is actually gonna give me any insights. It's a 3D noise. It is. Yeah. Here, let me show you what the noise should look like. Let me show you what the noise should look like here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, come on now. Why are you no show? There it is. Okay. Oh, I turned off the height map, didn't I? Okay, hang on. Hang on. We may be able to leave that in now, actually, because we determined that that's actually not the issue at all. But this code is just there for the debug cube. Okay, rerun it. There we go. Okay, so this is what it's supposed to look like. Oh god, I clicked on it. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay. Moment, there we go. And then we can move it. See, this is my debug testing this with this code here. And I guess maybe let me do 0.5 there. Okay. The noise is weird now, though. There should be, yeah, there should be no... Oh, did I turn off, what did I turn off? No, all these are, wait, what did I just change? Okay, I mean, I changed that. Oh, I also did that. Do I not have done that? I don't think I'm passing in the world height map, am I, to that one? It's dumb because like I'm generating data from 2 different ways here, so it's not exactly a one-to-one. Not exactly a one-to-one. But yeah, there should be no grass under the ground there. So that is incorrect. Yeah, that's not good. Generate test height map. Multiplier. it offset correctly when you drag the preview. Yeah, so I mean I'm doing a similar thing here. Oh, I'm not. I shouldn't be doing the oh, I'm not even using the transform, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, so the vertices, yeah, it's all happening the same. Test height map. That's weird. Why is the grass? The grass isn't supposed to be underground at all. Hang on, let me try. Try this. Yeah, the coordinates are different. Follow. Ligneal. Welcome. Welcome in. Yeah, we're trying to troubleshoot some terrain noise here. Yeah, so that didn't do anything with the grass. That's weird. Why is the grass being lame? AO to you, good sir. AO to you. Oh, let me also do this up here as well. It's just weird that like a lot of the chunks look like they did match up properly, and then there was just like a couple that were like bad. Okay, what did I mean, the only code that I actually substantially changed was this code right here, so what is wrong with this? Yeah, if it's above the height map, don't set it to none so it just doesn't display. That's fine. That does seem to be working correctly, both debug and in gameplay, because you can see it's not drawing the full cube, so we know that's working. Nice param. Maybe this code is wrong now. Hang on. 2 highest index. If index 0 is none, then we will that's a no op, and then we set it equal to the current noise params index. Noise param value, if that's greater than the current highest value, then yeah, that's when this will be actually doing something. Pop that one backwards, and then set that seems fine. Otherwise, if we have a valid 2 highest index, oh no, that shouldn't be happening. Should be actually opposite. That, or if noise params is valid index 2, highest index 1, if that's not valid, why would that be invalid and also potentially index none? That doesn't make sense. What was I trying to say here? If this is a valid index, noise params. Yeah, I don't think I need that actually at all. If there is no second highest yet, or current value, yeah, I think that has something to do with it. That didn't seem right. What was I doing? Who wrote this code? You do use a max value. No. Okay, now we got some stone showing through. Not me. Are you sure? No, it was me. It was past me, who's like just the worst fucking person. What's inside here? It's all green. Okay, now the offset doesn't seem to be working either. Yeah, I don't think that get location is correct. Okay. Oh my god, I hate how laggy. I hate how laggy PCG is. Just let me move the thing, please. Like, what are you, PCG, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing such that I have 8 frames? And it's fine. Okay. Okay, yeah, so that get location is not necessary. We don't want that. The green is still not supposed to be there. That's something backwards somewhere. What was the comment I wrote for this? I didn't write one. Okay, cool. Stick. Why is the grass so aggressive? My settings apply as multiplier. It is relative to height map. We have the right bias curve in there. Deal type A. Let me read back through this logic. And this is where this is what I changed. Okay, so after we've finished getting the 2 highest indices, the highest param, highest noise param, we're gonna take that, put A to A, put B to B. If B is not equal to none, then potentially we need to flip it, because then highest param value would be less than could be less than the threshold here, in which case we would flip them. Maybe this B, maybe the whole B stuff is throwing me off. Let's just ignore that. Anything related to material type B, yeah, so we're just gonna, we don't do anything anymore. We don't do anything, really. Just show me the highest thing. Okay, now it's empty. That's actually kind of cool looking. The grass is where I want it. But things are not displaying still. Am I, threshold. That might be the issue right there, actually. Yeah. Okay, so I think it was just my debug code that was wrong. Okay, so let's go back. And we're just gonna do that. Now the dirt and the rock is flipped. So I have my threshold signs flipped. Okay, so what am I wanting threshold to represent here? AB threshold. If it's 1, if it's higher, it should be A. That's what I want that to mean. The closer it is to 1, because it's the threshold and the value are how much of material A is in this single point. And so if we're under, we flip it. Okay, now everything is dirt. It's all dirt. Okay. It's all dirt. But if I do this, I get stone back? Question mark. Yes, but then the grass is kind of overtaking it. Okay, so I think I understand a little bit now what's happening. That is just a problem with the representation of the debug data, which I should fix so it doesn't throw me off again. And it is thanks to that threshold. When this happens, we need to flip the alpha. That's what we need to do. We'll say if vert data dot alpha how would I do this right? Because technically this number could be less than 0.5, which would make you think, oh, more of material B is there. But that's not the case, because then the material B value is actually lower than that one. If that's the case, we flip it. If vert data.alpha less than 0.5, we flip, doing a 1 minus. I mean, that can just be here. That's regardless, and that's what I was doing. That's exactly what I was fucking doing down here. That I commented out a long time ago. Okay. Yeah, and we don't put that back down where it was supposed to go. Cancel. Rerun this. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, I still think we're flipped. I think I did it backwards. Yeah, it's back. The sign is backwards. So we just need to change this. But I don't know that that's what I want, right? If highest frame value is greater than the threshold, then we no, yeah, that's not what I want that number to represent though. So is my curve backwards then? Yeah, that's what I want it to look like. That looks hot. Now we're nice and sexy. Okay. Okay. Dirt and stone. Indeed. Indeed. Okay, so yeah, the alpha is not the right, or the AB threshold is not the right direction that I want it to be. I think my dirt bias curve is backwards. Okay, that was a very aggressive Okay, that's not, that was not a positive change. Please undo what I did there. Okay, back to normal, save. Refactor. Wait a second. Okay, now it's correct. What? Wait, did I run live coding on this? I wanted value. Did I get the updates there? No, okay, okay. I did not get the updated code for whatever reason. Let me just do that curve. Nothing changed. Do I need to save it? Save. Nothing changed. Take that down. Okay, it got worse. Okay, do I just need to... Let me actually think about what this curve represents. Okay, so we're this is, top coordinates are world space Z. Side coordinates are the multiplier that's output at each of those. So at 0, slightly above 0, we multiply the noise value by 0.6. Now, oh, I know what I need to do. I'm kind of dumb. I am kind of dumb. Dirt and stone. No, because I want dirt to be first. So if we're higher than the threshold, we should be A. If we're lower than the threshold, we should be B. Yeah. I mean, I could just flip material A and B, but that's not what I want. Not how I want this represented. So I need the number to be higher. Yeah, I would have thought I just flip this. Okay, now that is completely wrong. I don't want 0 there. Move you up. Now we're just all stone. What the frick? What the frick? I want you... Did we just move you like that? But then that's going to take away all the grass. Or some of it. Master Chef, indeed. Just like take you down like that. Okay, I'm getting more dirt to show up, but I want like... My ideal world would be there's no grass on top of stone. That doesn't make sense, does it? That would be my ideal world. So when we go down, yeah, it's just entirely stone. Okay. But that, I mean, I don't want it to exactly be entirely stone. I want there to still be a little bit of dirt, so let's move that. Move you up like 0.4. I want there to be like a solid layer of fucking dirt there. Just like crank that up. Crank that soldier boy. Okay, that's better, but now it's like poking through the grass too much. I want a little bit to poke through the grass. The altitude in the curve is relative, right? No, it is in world space. As are the units that's passed in. So yeah, let's make that not so egregious. Maybe take you like that. Oh, maybe like a little curve like that. Looking better. Now when we go down, I don't want entirely rock. I want like just less the dirt, which seems like what's happening. I think I just need to crank up the grass bias a little bit here. It is at 2 already. Crank that up. Okay, yeah, now we got more grass. Okay, yeah, this is looking better. I still think there's too much stone. Maybe let's just change the threshold. That's what that's fucking there for, isn't it? What did I put the threshold for? 0 point. Do I want this lower or higher? I think I want it lower. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now there's like no fucking... Now there's like no stone down there. Which means we need to take this lower. Okay, that's close, although that's just too low now. Very finicky. Put that up there. Okay, now there's like all dirt underneath. Now there's like no stone. I'm okay with a little bit of stone poking through. How do you get 3 values out of material A and B? What switch from AB being grass dirt to AB being stone dirt? Oh, never mind. Yeah, so I have multiple sets here. So the first one is grass to none. Turning cog, hello. Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. And then the second set is dirt to stone. And these each represent, like, each of these is a set of 3D noise. And so what I'm saying here with the dirt and stone is, like, I want to... It generates a value from 0 to 1, right? And then that's either dirt or stone. Whereas this one is just only grass. And it is just the strength of the grass. And then if the strength of either one of these is higher than the strength of the grass, then we take this one. That's kind of how it works. And then we, you know, do all the height biasing and stuff like that. So. Okay, let's take this down a bit. Boop, boop, boop. Maybe the threshold is too low now. 0.4. There we go. Maybe I want a little bit less than that. Not bad. I would like it if, like, instead of something like this happening, like, I don't want grass growing on top of stone, because that doesn't fucking make sense, right? I would rather it just kind of poke through in the middle here, which is what I was trying to do with the AB thing. Maybe there are some other areas that happens with. Are you voxelizing? I am verticizing. So I'm doing vertex data, not voxel data. If you don't want grass on rock, you can't clamp the alpha of the first noise if rocks. The noises are independent of another. Could have fooled me. Yeah, I am generating it in a grid right now, just for visualization. Let's go ahead and just like copy these settings over that we have. Start rolling with it. We already have the biases set up, so I just need basically just the threshold, 0.3. And we'll show you what the actual vertex data looks like. So the reason I'm avoiding voxel data is because I just don't need it all. Right? I don't need every single point figured out, and I don't want to be restricted to the resolution of voxelized data. So I'm just doing it for the vertices that are rendered, or generated rather. Okay, so let's clear this and play. We'll see if that maybe our issue isn't solved here, but maybe we got the noise ironed out a little bit more. Okay. Okay, we have some blank data. That's not good. Shouldn't be white. And there is a lot of dirt showing through. Is this guy still fucking weird, though? It's a lot of dirt. Yeah, that one's still fucked up. And why are we white? Why? Because that means none. Why are we mostly none? How does that make sense? Make that make sense for me, code. Is it this? Let me turn that off. It might be that. Maybe we do need some tolerance on the height map. I thought we were good there. Yeah, that is the issue. Okay, so we need some tolerance on the height map. For sure. For shizzle. As my homies say. I mean, the noise is super... Maybe I should change the frequency a bit. Those two match. These ones, like, definitely don't. Wait a second. Okay, so they over... Okay, so they do... Yeah, because that's the same vert, so that makes sense. They aren't overlap. They aren't correct. They aren't correct. Are they correct anywhere else? Let me look at this a little closer. Okay, so we got some browns here. Yeah, it overwrites the browns. Okay, so they're not lining up perfectly. They are not lining up perfectly. Some of them are, though. Those ones all lined up well, but these ones didn't. See, those two are brown, and then I'm going to click on this guy, generate that. Now they're green. Same with those ones. I've been learning how to make it so the player can change a tire. My dad taught me that when I got my first car. That looks pretty good. I like how this looks. It like kind of lines up though, right? Like these ones all lined up pretty well. Is it just the height map that's the issue? I wonder. Yeah, it may be just the height map verts that are the issue. Okay, I want to turn this back on. Do things line up like this? Do these ones all line up now? Go to our problem child over here. No, they still don't line up, really. Do the other ones line up any better? Maybe? No, they don't. They don't. What is happening here? Okay, so it is definitely height map related. Is this just like some floating point inaccuracy here? Should I not be doing the transform? Should I just be doing the vert math? So I happen to know what it is. Let's see here. Apply height bias. Vertices times 240 times... Wait, it might just be times 50. Yeah, it's just times 50. I think. Been playing Drive Beyond Horizon with similar features so the player can stance their car with bigger wheels. Oh, lifted cars? Hell yeah. I'm not familiar with the game you mentioned. Okay, yeah, that's still... Is it like fucking backwards? Oh wow, that looks crazy. Weird. Why is everything underground? Maybe that was wrong. Maybe my height map is not... I just did times equals scale. Maybe that's not correct. Okay, yeah, now that's right. Okay. So yeah, maybe the height maps is not scaled. The procedural road trip game where you have to treasure hunt. Oh, isn't that if the treasure hunt for parts, POIs for parts to complete 1 of 10 cars. What was that one game? I feel like there was a game like that that just came out. Maybe that's the game you're talking about. And it was like there were like ghosts and shit in it too. Was it Pacific Drive? Was that the name? Okay, so this height map data. Let me look in marching cubes real quick. Height map. Yeah, I don't do anything to it because it's all in the same... Do I need to times scale times the LOD scale, which I just happen to know what that is, so we're just going to test that out real quick. Pacific Drive is like that, but different. Okay. They share features with Under the Sand and Long Drive as well. Yeah, I've never played any of those games. I have seen people play it for a short time. Generate? Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, I think everything is under the height map now. Which means that theoretically should match up with everything around it. Let's try to find one with some different colors on the edge. Here we go. Yeah, it's not matching up correctly. And there is grass over here. Oh, you know what? Do I need the height map multiplier? Hang on. Out noise. No, I apply everything to it. How's the struggle going? It's not too bad. It's not too bad right now. I do have to pee really bad though, so that I'm kind of struggling with that, but I want to get this figured out. Like, it kind of lines up, right? It kind of does. No, I can't tell which verts are like overriding the others. I hope this just isn't an issue with the... That one seemed to line up well. Okay, it's a height map issue. It's a height map issue. It's a fucking height map. Let me look here. Let me make sure I'm getting the right pixel here. Index 2D to 1D, size, cube root, vertices number. Let me look here. Let me look here. Size is 14. Oh, yeah, that's not right. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense now. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that wasn't the issue. I know what the issue is now. I know what the issue is. Okay, yeah, so this size... What am I using that for? Yeah, no, we don't want to cube root vertices. That's kind of dumb. Well, we don't want that. We want height map cubed, because the vertices, I've gotten rid of all of the vertices that don't do anything. But that is not... that vertices array is not a uniform size. Let's not do a cube root every loop. That doesn't make sense. What am I using the X, Y, and Z for? Oh, just to... Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's fine. Okay, this is gonna work flawlessly now. Watch this. Watch this shit. Okay. Yeah, that was all off. That was all off. Uh-oh. Okay, hang on. Nope. Okay, that didn't fucking work. God damn it. I was so confident. Did that pick up my changes? Okay, I feel like that should have worked, like, for sure. Oh, okay, I'm very dumb. I'm very dumb. We need to square it. Square root it instead of cube rooting. Now I have 100% confidence here. Just you guys wait. Just you wait. You try turning it off and on again. I've done that so many times. That's just part of restarting the goddamn engine. Welcome in, no push button. Check this out. Okay. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Hang on. I think that's actually right. I think that's right. I think that's right. Let's get rid of the height map thingo. We need some tolerance there for sure. I think this is gonna look better. Watch. Just watch. Wait for it. The payoff's gonna be huge. If live coding would cooperate with. There we go. Okay, boom. Boom. Okay, I think that's good. Let me make sure these verts line up. That lined up, right? That lined up, right? It's lining up. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's lining up. Okay, wonderful. And just because of the biases... Oh, that one's not. Hang on. Off by 1? Uh-oh. Okay. I feel like it's better. He said thingo must be a... Dude, he has injected that word into my vocabulary. 100%. Okay. What the fuck is up with these chunks, goddammit? I kind of get why the dirt is showing through so much right there. Okay, I thought I had it. God damn it. What's the fucking issue here? What's the fucking issue here? And so turning this on, turning that back on, so we're gonna get the nuns. I hate nuns. Not none as in nil, not as in like the religious figures. Although I do hate those kinds of nuns as well. Okay. Well, let's just look at it sans height map. Okay, that still doesn't even line up. What the frick? I am liking how the internals are looking there. Yeah, they don't fucking line up. Okay, more is wrong. More is wrong. Okay, yeah, the X and Y is not correct. That's also... Yeah. Yeah, because these vertices don't line up on any sort of grid. And I was relying on them too. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Why did I ever think this was going to work? I must have been tired when I was writing this. Yeah, so I cannot derive XYZ values from the index. I cannot. But I can take the world vertex, or even just the local vertice. Yeah, let's take the local vert, X and Y. Would that line up with I mean, it should. If they're unaltered, it should. Unaltered height map verts, it should line up. But it could be, there could be no height map value. Right? Well, it could be, I guess it would end up in between two, oh no, I have to do like a trilinear interpolation, don't I? Oh no. I didn't think this through. Okay, so... Yeah, does that matter? I mean, I only need it for the relative to height map biases. How much... And right now I'm only using that for like when I'm going to consider a surface material, which right now is just grass. Okay. What am I going to do about this? Okay, let's just do happy path. Happy path. Happy path. We're going to do the happy path, which is the X and Y lineup. So get rid of that. We can't rely on that anymore. We can, however, we need to... Just gonna say trilinear interpolation, totally, yep, that, yeah. It's, like, you know what an interpolation is, right? Well, you just lerp between 2 points, or 2 values. You can do a bilinear lerp, which is lerping between 2 values. You can do this on like an XY coordinate grid, right? A trilinear interpolation is doing that in 3D. And it gets complicated. Because I'm essentially like, I have a point in 3D space, and I want to get what value the height map is at that 3D point's XY. Like, disregarding the Z of that 3D point, basically casting upwards. Like, where is the height map? Or downward, would be down. Where is the height map in relation to that? And it could, because of the way that I'm doing a height map and then pairing that with 3D noise. The 3D noise does not line up with the height map. So there could be a 3D noise point. This would be like a cave or a noodle or something. That does not line up with the height map points. And so if I were to try and look for the point in the array where I think it should be. It's either going to be wrong or not there. And so what I have to do is I have to get the 2, or rather the 3 closest ones and lerp between them all using some more complicated than just a lerp 3 times math. Getting the ratio right in 3 dimensions, yeah, essentially. I wish the math was just like, yep, lerp between X, Y, and Z and you're good, but it's not. You have to lerp between X, Y, and Z for each nearest point. So that's like 9 things, and then you have to reconcile all of those into what point you actually want, or what the interpolated value is, you know. Let's just do happy path for now. So let's just see what vertices.x and y results at. Fucking oof. Yeah, it's not fun. I tried to do a little bit of it in the past when I was doing things a little bit differently. And it wasn't giving me... I don't think I got it quite right. Do we just make it 0 then if it doesn't exist? Or let's do max float. Is there a difference between max lowercase float? What's the difference here? What is the difference here? I always use this one though, so we're gonna stick with that one. Okay, let's see if that outputs anything better. Okay, let's go over to our problem child here. Generate. Oh my god, it's so brown. Did that line up? I think that lined up, but I think that also lined up before as well. That one's still not. I think it's looking better. I think it's looking better. Yeah, those two weren't. Now, all these on the height map should be like the indices should be lining up. Let me check real quick. Let me like manually spot check a few of these boys. And let's actually do... And this way I can actually see what the word is easier. Okay, I need to go to the bathroom. BRB. Oh, I feel so much better now. Okay. Back to the grind. Okay, yeah, let's spot check a few of these. Local vert. Oh, I need to uncenter this. Okay. Yeah, because this is centered. Okay, so we need to local vert. We need to, because this is in the negative 120 to positive 120 coordinate space. So we need to add the half size. That's our issue there. Let me get the PP message out of here. Okay, come on. Show me the money. Ah, fuck. Okay, we're still not lining up. Look at these again. Size -1, maybe, is what I need. What is size? Should be 41. Okay. Where's local vert now? That is not right. Oh, I need, okay, I need size... Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, I need size what? I need, like, the LOD passed in here, don't I? Shouldn't I be able to derive it? Yeah, I should be able to derive it, right? Well, no, because I don't know what the bounds are, really, from this perspective. Fuck, I need to... do I really need to pass in the LOD? That's so annoying. So let's just see if this is right before I go, like, just changing the code up a bunch. So it should be size... times 6 is what it should be, divided by 2. Let's see if that gives me meaningful result. Brown. It's working. Not a very meaningful test. Okay. That looks good though. Boom. Oh, okay. Now we're fucking cooking. Oh, that one. I saw one that was bad. Fuck. Okay. It's better. Those ones line up, which is good. Yeah, it's better. It's better. Shit, that one was bad. Yep, that's still bad. Is it times 6? It's 240 divided by 40. Oh, I need to subtract 1, right? Yeah, because that doesn't make sense, right? Right? It would be 41 minus 140 times 6. Yeah. I should have subtracted 1 there. That's why we're off a little bit. Fuck. Oh, God, I thought I had it. Come on. Let's look at some other ones. Yeah, we're off. We're close in some places. That's not right. Look at these GitHub commits right here. And I guess I think I'll know when this doesn't produce any issues, right? When I get it right. So we got vertices. Let me spot check this again. Local vert 24.6. Let me pull this up here. Okay, so the Y is not a round number. Oh boy. It's not a round number, and it should be. These vertices are slightly off. I do need to do the... I do need to do the interpolation. Yeah, these vertices should be whole numbers. I think the geometry script library has funged my perfect vertexes, my perfect vertices. Maybe I can do an F-math rounds. And really, let's do this. Round to ints. Give me y. Give me x, give me y. And we'll take a look at that. The thing is, I don't think the round is not going to be perfectly right either. It is just going to be, I think, a little bit more right than potentially what I have. I need to do the interpolation, which makes this a problem. Kind of makes it a problem. Yeah, that only changed a couple. Yeah. Yeah, I think the more the... Well, it's weird. Some of these chunks deviate more than others. Like these two actually, well... Is it always that side of the chunk that's bad? It does. It's all messed up towards the top. Hang on. Do I need to add one here? Do I need to add back in the one that I took off? Because it should be 0 to... Oh, let me get this number. This number should... This is a... I know what this needs to be. It should be 120. It should be 120. And then it's going to be... Yeah, if it's negative 120 to positive 120, then the 0 is going to be the extra 1. That is 120. That is what I need it to be. Local verts. What? Did I modify this vertices array? Array, bright side. Hello, welcome in everyone. Welcome in. We're doing some procedural terrain work here. We're trying to get some material information to line up. Hope your stream was well. I hope those burgers didn't have to flip themselves. What did you accomplish today, Brightside? What were you up to? Don't mean to interrupt. Oh, no worries, brother. No worries. That's not a terrifying scream. Don't be scared. I'm here to help. We're trying to... I have this procedural terrain system, and what we're trying to do is generate some some actual like physical materials that are going to be actually under the surface and stuff like that. Like right now, I just have a material, like a landscape auto material slapped on top of it, so it doesn't actually mean anything. I've got all these vertices that I need to give meaning to. And so if I generate some data, you can see on each of these vertices, I have some data. You know, the different colors represent stone, dirt. White is an issue. We're not supposed to have white. And we're supposed to actually have a lot of green for grass here. And we're trying to figure out why does our vertex data not line up properly? That's what we're doing right now. And it's all fucksy wucksy, you know? So, and then we got the underground data too. This actually all looks good. So we've kind of narrowed it down to it's all height map related. Right? Like that lines up. That is lining up with what it should be. Like slope and stuff, yeah. So I haven't done anything related to slope. It's all just like generate some 3D noise, and then it has a height bias on it. I do have it stubbed for a slope bias, but I'm trying to get it working first before I do more with that. But yeah, I do want a slope bias, so like things like this, I can still like make these mountains, you know, dirt or stone or whatever. Yeah, let me hit you with the shout outs. I need to remember to do these. I forget all the time. There you go. Shout out to Bradside. You guys should go check him out if you haven't already. He's got a game that is actually on Steam. So he's got a product that he's working on. It's a burger flipping slash... Is it pizza also? Or is it just burgers? Simulator where you fight hordes of enemies. And your character has a thick dumpy, which I'm a huge fan of. Show the wireframe in 2 chunks. There's the wireframe. They line up. The chunk verts do line up properly. The problem is the verts do not actually line up with the indices of the height map where the verts are stored at. So that's why I was talking about needing to do the trilinear interpolation to actually get the proper point value, you know? Unity though, so you know I ain't pulling no bitches. Oh yeah, because all those game dev bitches, yeah. Yeah, the hordes of women that I have to fend off because of my Unreal Engine game dev skills. Yes, of course, of course. Okay, what were we looking into? Yeah, we're trying to see, we're translating between different coordinate spaces, and we're trying to use these different coordinate spaces to get the proper height map value at a certain index, but the geometry script library kind of screwed up my perfect indices a little bit. So maybe I should round... Maybe I should round the local vert first. I'm afraid of Unreal because so many games keep getting bashed for it. Yeah, that is happening lately, isn't it? Like with Unreal Engine 5 specifically. I blame Nanite marketing. Nanite and Lumen marketing, I think. Because Unreal Engine kind of sells that as like a hot new tech that kind of just works. And there's actually a lot of caveats with it. There's a lot of nuance there. And then devs are pumping out unoptimized games because of it. I'm not too worried though. A great game is a great game, and I don't think people are going to shit talk a great game. Arc Raiders is beautiful. Is that an Unreal Engine 5? Is that an Unreal Engine 5? What am I doing with local vert here even? Yeah, so we're adding the half size and then rounding it. Okay, let me take a look back at this. Local vert. Okay, that is about what I would expect it. Okay. $239. I'm wondering if I need to... Let me look at this vertex. It would be 119, negative 120, and 119. So yeah, that should be 0. Yeah, that should be like 0. Oh, I need to change it back. Yeah, okay. I think I get what I'm doing wrong here. Okay, so we need to change it back into the... Wait, what resolution of height map am I generating? Do I have a missed map? Hang on. Height map generator. Not that. I want the CPP code. There we go. Okay, here's the LOD. Oh god, we have to do all this. The spline distance calculator. Oh boy. Oh boy. Where do I initialize the height map noise data at? Divert distances. Boom, get out of here. Go on, kid. Boom, have you seen my noodles? Have you seen my noodles? Oh, I'm breakpointed. Give me a sec. I know you're a good enjoyer of spaghetti. Look at this spaghetti. Look at these noodles. I don't know if you've seen these yet, but I think you'd appreciate them if you haven't. Boom is a purveyor of fine spaghetti. The noodles. The noodles runneth deep. I'm happy with them though. They could be better. Some of them are like kind of weird. Like, what is this? This is just a pancake. We don't want that. Some of them are just like circles as well, like this one. Like, yeah, they're not good caves. But it was the most I could do without getting too deep in the noise generation. Like this one here, circle. Hate it. What I had to do is I actually took this noise and I like stretched it horizontally such that there'll actually be like walkable, right? So we have the height map generated. And so stretching them actually made most of them actually walkable, which is good. Then of course we get to like this situation. Well, I guess that one's walkable too. That's kind of crazy. That is a steep one. Here, brakes right here. So yeah. But yeah, I need to convert this back, I think, actually, because the height map, let me actually look. Yeah, the half size is 41. So no, the height map is in the right resolution. It's in the right resolution. Now, I need to convert this back. So we've properly subtracted it back to its correct. Noise makes games and quantum physics makes reality. Whoa, dude. That's too much for me. I just said erect, did I really? It'd be like that sometimes, though. I need to... Let me look at these verts real quick again. Let me think about what I need to do here. It's like at the tip of my noggin here. Plus the half size. So this is in the coordinate space negative 240 to 240. I need to squish that. I need to squash it or squimsh it down into the 0 to 40 space. It means I need to center it. And this is the centered vert. But now I need to also divide these by... It should be 6. I'll pass this value in. It's the LOD scalar. This is what that is. But I think that's more righter than what we have now. And I should do this instead. Put that inside the round. Can't cancel that. Okay. Oh, I'm so confident about this. My confidence is sky high. Okay, show me the data. Okay, that looks like shit. Okay. And it doesn't line up either. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. It kind of lines up. But why is the data... Why are we so bad? Let me check over here. Oh my god, it's just white noise. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so if this is now in the 0 to 240 space, dividing it by 6, that should give me what I want, right? 240 divided by 6, 40. Yeah. Bing, bang, boom. That should be right. Look at the values. My frequency too high now? Oh, I didn't even get the updated code. Okay, that would explain why. Johnny B, what are you doing, brother? Welcome in. Visual debugs? Yeah, I know. I'm kind of a Chad. You should see my debug cube that I was using PCG to show me. So, okay. So it's still wrong. Still muy wrongo. Okay, so we are now in what are these? What are these numbers? Negative 96 to 140. Let me go to chunk 00 to make it easy on myself. Okay, yeah, right there. Generate the data. Half size 120, good. Vertices. Yeah, these are all like out of order. So, okay, Y is 240 though. And that lines up. It's 120 here, it's 240 there. And then what is X? X is 1. Is that what I would expect? Don't think that's what I would expect there. 40, I think, is correct. $1641. Okay, so we're at the tail end of the height map array. Height map value. I mean, we're getting some data that looks okay. Let me. Oh, that one looked up. Yeah, so it's literally the height map's wrong because that data looks good and lines up. Yeah. Okay. Dividing by 6 here. I'm dividing by 6 here. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is why we have ants. Okay. I should probably just bite the bullet and do the trilinear interpolation. But I know that there is a more proper way to do what I'm doing here, such that it would give me at least mostly correct values. Then I would divide it by 6, so I have values that are like... I had like x equals 6. Should I just divide all the numbers by 6 first? And then center it. It's my order of operations subpar. Okay. Where am I at? Okay. Generate. Is this more coherent? I don't think so. Let me actually see if this lines up even. I'm looking at these verts on like the edge of the chunk. No, they don't. They like override each other. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the vertex 114 to negative 114. Yeah, I guess that's... So why is that wrong? Let me go back. Let me just like kind of orient myself a little better here. Let's get rid of the height map stuff. We're going to get rid of the white values at the very least. You know, live coding, it would be nice if you were to help me out here. Throw me a bone, come on. Yes. Yeah, that's set up. Okay. That looks... Look how much better that fucking looks. Okay, did I just need some tolerance? Is that the only thing I needed? I've been testing with this the whole time. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Okay, that lines up. Okay, let's look at some of these ones. These ones are kind of hard to look at. I think that's okay. Yeah. Okay, I think we had it. We just needed some tolerance. Okay, yeah, it's lining up now. Look at that. Cute. So cute. Although there's grass growing on the underneath side of that. I guess I need to end the grass height bias like at 0. Because I know the grass goes down to negative 600, so probably just need to like just take that down real quick. Does that like update? Let me see here. Yeah, there we go. That fixed it. Okay, so it's looking good if I don't do this. And that was only for debugging anyway. So we actually got it for the most part. Okay. Cool. I do still want this for the debug cube, though. If it's greater than height map value, I'll do plus 0.1. Is that enough tolerance? No, it does not. It looks better, actually. So yeah, tolerance does seem to be the answer. Okay, should we just do one point F? I wonder why that isn't exact. Just floating point nonsense. No, that's still still no bueno. Ah, I see. I see. I think it is not the tolerance, but the non-uniform vertices. Okay, so this is what I need the trilinear interpolation for. That's why I can't get the proper height value for those indices. Because you see how the verts are like, it's not a uniform vert. So I need to be able to get the height map value at a non-uniform vertex, which means I cannot just get it by the indices here, which means I need a trilinear interpolation, which sucks. That is suck. Yeah. Okay, let me see. I actually want to... Let's isolate this scenario just so I can take a look at some of the data here. I didn't want return, I wanted that. Yes. Height map value equals max float. Yeah, that would be why it's white. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So let's just breakpoint there in that scenario. So I can just take a look at like what our values are there. Oh, we never hit that. Oh, I guess we just rounded to the right thing, but then it was this scenario. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I guess what was the vertex? Let me look at like what are we at here? Of course I can't like find what the original value was, but I can look at this. Okay, so if I take out the round, the fmath round, and I just basically check if this is not a whole number, then I need to do the trilinear interpolation. Yeah, so this will have just rounded to the nearest. Yeah, so Z is 600 and then height map value 592. So this is getting like the vertex right next to it or something. I think this is something that AI would actually be kind of good at solving. Let's try that out real quick. Let's see what happens. Give me a tab to do things with. Okay, give me this. Give me this. New chat. Okay. Okay, Gemini. Here's what I want. I have a height map array. 1D array, that's important. How do I explain to Gemini that this is spatially... It is uniformly spatially organized with local vertices. I guess it doesn't matter if I pass the local part because I can do that translation. If I have a 1-dimensional height map array that is organized, that is ordered by 2D or uniform 2D coordinates. I can get the height map value at an x, y coordinate. But I want to get the interpolated height map value if the x and y coordinates do not match up. Exactly. All right, Gemini. Cook me up some hot thoughts here. Oh shit, hang on. Stop. Delete that. Can I delete that? Get out of here. Forgot to tell it in Unreal Engine. In Unreal Engine C++. There we go. Okay. Run the prompts. It was like, give me this Python mumbo jumbo. Understand the problem. The user has a 1D array representing 2D height map. The array stores height map value sample at uniform grid points like pixels in an image. Yes. Identify the core task. You ever think you got your inventory system built perfect and then some bullcrap gets thrown in your way? That's every system for me. I think I've refactored every system in my game at least 3 times. Yeah, so it understands to map between 1D and 2D. Bilinear interpolation steps. Yes. Wouldn't I need trilinear, though? Gemini, I think I need trilinear. Find the grid cell. Oh, it's going to get the 4 surrounding grid points and then do... Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It can get the 4 nearest points and then bilinear interpolate between each set of points on the same axes. Oh god, I'm clicking things. Oh, stop clicking. Control click. What am I doing? I was trying to... Boom, what is this? What is this? Oh, not like this? Oh, you're not a fan of Gemini. You should try Gemini 2.5. It's pretty good. Pretty damn good, actually. It beats most of the other models. I actually think it beats every other model on most benchmarks. Yeah, so it's doing a bilinear... It's going to do a bilinear interpolation on 2 axes, which also makes sense. If it's outside the grid boundaries, yeah, I don't have that issue. I don't need to handle that case. Structuring the code, refining the implementation. Okay, let's see. Give me the collapse your thoughts. Give me the actual output here. I use Gemini often. Ah. Are you using AI Studio? That would be my next question. Don't use the Gemini chat interface because that one does suck. You got to go to aistudio.google.com. And you got to use this guy right here. 2.5 Pro. This is the good stuff. And I don't like it is pretty stupid that they do that. That there's this Gemini. Like don't do that. Don't do gemini.google.com. This one sucks. For some reason. I don't know why they make it so confusing. And this one is a lot better. And you can like tweak parameters and stuff like that. And I don't know why their chat, like they do certain things with the chat one that make it suck for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, they probably, yeah, so they do have 2.5 Pro, but it's a different 2.5 Pro than what is on here. And like all these AI, you know, whether it's ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude, like the chat interface one, they like, it's built different, I guess. Like they pre-prompt it and give it system prompts to be more chat interfacey, and it actually makes it suck a little bit more. Yeah, let me see what it output. I really just need the bilinear interpolation function. I really don't need the rest of it. I like the 2.5 one that gives me thought process. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool to see too. I use it to learn and navigate ideas. I don't know how to code. Yeah, I think it's super helpful there for sure. Does Gemini also like not listen to you sometimes and try to work around your problem rather than help you with your new idea? I've definitely had that issue with all AI models up until 2.5. 2.5 has been actually pretty crazy, to be honest with you, for what I've used it for, which is not a whole lot, so take that with a grain of salt. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Just give me that. Give me that. Okay. Want the ChatGPT function code? No, I'll be good with just this. Unless this doesn't work, but it's close enough that I can probably get it working. So, what do you have? Input validation. I don't care about that. Grid coordinates. Floor to int. Weights. Think about how far between grid points your sample points lie. Value bilinear. Yeah, I just need this part really. Okay, where's our bilinear lerp here? So we have the X and Y. Height map data, map width, map height. Yeah, let me just get this. We're just gonna straight copy and paste. That way we don't have that laggy ass interface either. We're just gonna throw this at the bottom here. Well, actually, it'll need to be at the top. I'm not going to put it in a namespace or anything. Just throw that right there. Okay. Well, it resolves, so that's good. Array float, height map data, map width, map height. We just need a size here. We don't need both. Size and size. Yeah, just do it. I know what I'm doing. What is happening inside my house right now? Okay. Dude, there's so many comments in this code. Holy shit. Okay, what are we doing? Floor to int. So we're going to translate the X and Y into an integer. Right, which would allow us to get the coordinates static cast float. Awkward. Okay. Get the integer coordinates of the top right corner. Okay, yeah, in relation to the current vertex. Calculate the fractional parts within the cell. Wait, what are we doing here? X minus x0, which is the float minus... Yeah, so this is the difference. Okay, yeah. Oh, so that's our alpha. That makes sense. Lerp bottom, lerp top. H00, index 00, which is the clamped Y times size plus clamped X. I kind of actually want to use my 2D to 1D functions here because I think they explain the code a little bit better. I happen to know what that's doing, but it's just we're gonna go index 2D to 1D. Means we want X Y size right? That's the params there. Yeah, okay. So that's just converting between 1D and 2D. Yeah, so x0, y0, and what do we do there? We clamp x0, which is the floored one spin value. And we just make sure it's within params, or within the, which we don't really need to do. That should never happen, but nice there anyways. Yeah, okay, so this was easier than I thought it would be. So I thought we were going to have to do 3D space interpolation, but this should actually work. This should work fine. Okay. Okay, where was I? There we go. Okay, I wonder if I can just... This entire function should just work. It's doing a little bit more than it needs to, but it should work for both cases. So we're just going to try that first and see if that works. Yeah, height map, data, we want size, and X and Y. So we do need a little bit of this actually still. So we need that X and Y. Okay. Okay, will this work? Let's just rebuild it. Fresh, clean slate here. Okay. Show me the money. Go. Okay, so we still hit that scenario, which is not what I'm looking for. I think it's a little bit better, maybe? I'm glad that it at least, it's not worse than what I had, so that's positive, I suppose. Let me look at these verts. So that's a non-uniform one, and that's correct. It's just these ones that are like really close, I suppose. Yeah, so I think these are two that would have been wrong before. Same with like these two right here, and these ones. Yeah, so why are only some of these bad now? Okay, so the interpolation. Let me think about this. Yeah, there's definitely some of this that I wonder here. Let me look at that one. I'm predicting that that one will be white when I go back to what I was doing previously. Maybe that's just from the tolerance, but let's actually validate my assumptions here. Okay, no, that was just from the tolerance. Let's take the tolerance out of it then. I think. Well, we'll test that idea as well. See how much the tolerance is actually helping with that one. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's... That's really bad. Really, really bad. Okay. We'll stick with 0.1. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Let's put this one back. Okay. So we're still getting a somewhat off height map value. I wonder if we're... Let me look at this again. Index 0. Size -1. Wait, what am I passing in? As the size. Okay, yeah, so we can -1 there. So we're going index 0 y0 going 0 0 1 0 0 1 1 1. That's not like, and we're doing a floor, so I don't know that that's necessarily getting the... I don't think that's getting the ones around it. I should be getting the... And then we use the alpha, because that's the remainder, right? From what, 0 to 1, and what is this one? Index 0, which is... So it's 0 0 to 1 0. 0 0 to 1 0. And then 0 1 to 1 1. And what is TY used for? Okay, I think that makes sense. Is this correct? I'm wondering. We're going 0 0 to 1 0. I feel like that should be DY. No, that is actually in there. Okay, no, yeah, that makes sense, I think. Let me actually see. Let me see here. I think there's some more debugging I can do. Let's actually figure out where it thinks the height is for these scenarios. Get world. Oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that, am I? Because this is static. Oh boy, that's wonderful. Can I do it off of the curve float? Hang on. Noise params dot curve. Just give me highest noise params 0 height bias curve get world. Okay, yeah, we will just get it off the height curve. Cool. Draw debug point, and we want the position to be... We're gonna do f vector World vertex X, Y, and instead of Z, we want height map value. Sure, make it red. 10 seconds. Okay, let's see if that actually, I don't know. Does the curve float have a get world on it? Okay, yeah, nothing showed up there. We definitely, like, get there, right? That's why there's 0. Yeah. Height map value 597. And it's 600 is the actual height. So it's pretty close. Spot check a few more. How close are they actually? 593. 600. Okay, that one's not that close either. Yeah, why are you not getting drawn? I guess the world is probably not correct there. Hmm. Okay, what do I want to do to figure this out? So G-editor get world? Does that work? Oh, okay. I had no idea that was a thing. Nice. Thank you. What are you mad at? I have too many warnings here to actually tell what the error is. But yeah, it doesn't like the G-editor thing. Can also use G-world. Okay. Like that. Okay, cool. I'm learning new things. Well, I mean, I still think it's probably going to have an issue because it's in a static function. Maybe not, though. Okay, that one worked. There are all my red dots. Okay, we'll have to look at it. Let's pause here. They're like all just slightly underneath. It's like it's getting the height of that one. You know what I mean? Let me check how I'm like. I round it first and center it. Yeah, I'm not passing in the... Yeah. I shouldn't be rounding it here. That's probably the issue. I shouldn't be rounding it. Yeah, we should just local vert.x and .y. That's probably the issue. Okay, let's try that again. G-editor requires Unreal Ed if you don't already have that module's dependency. Ah, yeah, I think I took that out because it that like breaks package builds or whatever, right? Or shipping builds. Okay. Oh, did it work? Oh, it worked! Beautiful. Okay. User error. Typical classic user error. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, it's beautiful. Mom, get the camera. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. Oh. Look at that pure, beautiful, freshly baked dater. There we go. Got some little dirt patches. Heckin' yeah, dude. Heckin' yeah. A little dirty in the hole. That's okay though. We intended for the holes to be dirty. This is just the classic moment of after you figure it out, you just kind of admire it a little bit here. They're pretty. Okay. Okay. Gorgeous. Okay, now what? Now we can play the game. Now, should I be doing... First of all, let's get rid of all these comments. Ain't nobody got time for that. Good lord, Gemini just like over-commented. I would push back on this pull request. I'd be like, dude, we don't need all that. Okay. Now to find more interesting ways to break it. Yeah, I guess now, first of all, I should probably commit this because we're at a pretty stable point here. Pretty stable point that I'm happy with. We're going to commit that. And I wonder, let me check real quick if I even need that height map tolerance anymore. Do I even need that 0.1? Probably not. Well, we'll see, because it actually did make a huge difference, so we'll see. But I guess from here, either I just try to incorporate this into my actual landscape material, which I'm an absolute noob at materials, so oh yeah, we do need that tolerance big time. Yeah, it is just like one off there. Let's see. Yeah, it's like that for the yeah, we'll keep that tolerance there. That's it probably should be plus or minus, not just plus. Well, no, because I'm checking if it's greater than. No, that's fine. That's fine actually. Get rid of that. I'm fine with a 0.1 tolerance. That's totally okay. Arcanos, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, so the question is doing this interpolation too much? Like, it is extra operations, right? I could probably do like an easier thing if the rounded x and y are equal to x and y, then I know it lines up perfectly with the height map value, but that's more code. We just don't need that at the moment. We'll see how shitty this algorithm performance-wise is. I don't think it's too bad. I haven't noticed anything. Yeah. So let's do live coding on that real quick. We'll do a quick profile. Yeah, so I either start working with this in my actual materials to like blend between materials and stuff, which I kind of want to do that offline because I'm terrible at materials. So I kind of want to use it as time to learn. Rather than just fumble around with it. Okay. Got a few samples here. Oh, I didn't even click play. There we go. I assume it's this guy. I assumed wrong. I assumed wrong. Okay, gotta find it. Generate vertex data. Oh, that is so fast. 2 milliseconds? Okay. That is very fast. Okay. How hard would it be to use this and give the player terraforming abilities? Well, let's find out. My pickaxe swing animation kind of sucks, so I have to go over. I know there's a little block over here I can use it on. This little floating block. And it generates way more vertices than I probably should have. Okay, so let's click here. Show the vertex data. Okay, so now we have more vertices there. Okay, generate again. Oh, I didn't update the buffers. Okay, I have to update the buffers when I do that. Theoretically, it would work. Like, yeah, that generates so many vertices. Like, that's so many. I shouldn't have that many. That resolution does not match. So it needs work. So I guess the answer to your question is, how hard would it be to use this and give the player terraforming abilities? Not hard to do that, as I kind of pretty much already have that, but I think it's hard to do it. It's harder to do it well. In a way that's scalable, right? But because if I give this resolution of terraforming to the players, then the algorithm is going to get worse and worse and worse. What is this? Oh, there's like some missing chunks, right? I knew about that. I knew about that. It is something I intend to do. This is going too fast because like I'll need to like recalculate them on the fly. Maybe you could optimize it when they walk away and they come back to less detail. I would rather just not even do the math to begin with if it's unnecessary, right? Because then I'm generating more vertices than I need to. Generating more data than I actually end up needing, so I'd rather just not generate more of them when I don't need them, you know? And I should be able to do that. Like, I'm using the geometry script Boolean subtraction, and there's just like, there's a cone on the end of this that I subtract out. But I think I'll probably end up doing the vertex deformation by hand, like with my own functions. That's what I had before I switched over to using geometry script. I was doing it myself. I just need to actually figure out the 3D deformation instead of just the height map deformation, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Yeah, it looks like we were looking at... Let me get some more samples of this. 2.2 milliseconds, 1.4, 2 milliseconds for the entire chunk, too. And this is normally something that's just going to be done in the background thread, so... Super quick. Yeah, I mean, I could... And for terrain deformation, like... I could probably run that on the game thread if I wanted it immediately. I don't think I would want to... I don't think I should write my code to require that data be updated up to date, like frame perfect timing. Because I don't think... Because you'll notice, like, I'm doing this collision trace as well. That's not actually a collision trace, and you can see that I'm actually getting the data right, and I want to use this for like movement speed and stuff like that. Like, you know, maybe grass is a little faster than dirt or something like that. And when terrain deformation happens, like you'd expose like, or like maybe you put a path down and that's a different type, you know? So I don't think I would need that. Like, if that's like a frame behind, I don't give a shit if, you know, you get movement speed for an extra frame after a terrain deformation. Like, I don't know. That just doesn't make that much of a difference for me. Yeah. So let's commit this. Oh, I need to hang on. I need to fix this. We're doing a 6 here. We need to pass that in. And that is the LOD scale. And if I multiply by 6.f here, is it still fine? So I think that's probably the way I would prefer to do that. Check real quick. Yeah, that didn't work, did it? Am I doing that times 6? Right, because that then means that this is not in the right coordinate space. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's how I should do it. Okay, so I'm gonna need to pass something in here for like transform noise params and seed. I'll need like a float for... Do I want to call it height map scale? I call it LOD scale elsewhere, but I don't know if that nomenclature makes sense from the perspective of this function. Because this function has no knowledge of an LOD. It's more like, how do I transform the vertex to height map coordinate space? We'll just vert to height map scale. Height map to vertex scale or vertex to height map scale? It's height map to vertex scale. It's the other way. Okay. Range in param, get LOD scale for LOD. Is this the index? No, no, it's not. Get LOD index. Okay. Okay. Rebuild that. We'll check if that builds real quick. Then we can commit. So yeah, either work on the material stuff or just go to the, I can do the slope bias. Which, let me think about how that would work. That would only be able to work on the height map. Because you would want the verts that get created from terrain deformation to be deterministic. And we just saved the height map. So it's like, yeah, it would have to be height map based. Yeah, the other ones are just spatial. Yeah, it would have to be. Unless I materialized, or not materialized, but if I, if I materialized the entire data chunk and saved that. That would be the only way. I'd have to do that up front and save it, which is what I'm trying to avoid. Yeah, I don't know that I don't know that I would want a slope filter for the underground noise either. Anyway. Yeah, because I want that underground noise to kind of cut through the dirt and stuff. Yeah, let's make sure this still works. Oof. That is an oof. Okay. What did I do wrong? $300 is not what I intended to pass in. What did I pass in? What did I do here? Get LOD scale. Scale times simplification. I need the simplification increment, not the LOD scale. Which is a U, my generic utils. Level of detail. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I did wrong there. Okay. Hello, please. Yes, Unreal Engine, I'd like to use you. Oh, we're still going. I thought we finished. Generate again. There we go. Okay, we're still working. We're still cooking with gas. Heck yeah, brother. Okay. I want to see what this one looks like. Nice. Now it's going to be interesting if I do terrain deformation is one thing, but doing the opposite, which is like adding terrain, like just, you know, general terraforming, like I would need to store any player placed things, which I was already planning to do for things like paths or like, you know, maybe certain abilities can affect the terrain as well. So I will need to store that data and then reconcile it with the generated data here. Because what I'm trying to do is avoid storing this vertex data for any vert that I don't need it stored for, just to save on memory so I can generate as much of the world as possible in memory. So yeah, if a player were to like want to put some extra dirt somewhere, you know, I would need to tag those vertices with dirt and save that. And then, you know, just like get the diff when I actually generate the data, you know. Looking cool though. Yeah. So let's commit it. I think this is good to go now. This is implement vertex data to terrain chunk. So, commit anyway and push, yes. That's what I was thinking. You made a good starting point, but your world wouldn't look the same after a huge battle or something. Yeah, that would be really cool, right? Like I definitely want to have some abilities that affect the landscape, right? Like, you know, if I want to fucking Avatar the Last Airbender fucking style earth, you know, movement with some abilities, like that would be really cool. Or even just like, you know, some fire abilities leave scorch marks on the terrain and stuff like that. And maybe that kind of thing is just, you know, maybe a scorch mark is just something I'd use a decal for, because I don't really need to like store that data. But one thing that I do want is like player buildings, and like I want you to build paths, and like I want to incentivize like pathfinding on the path. So I'm gonna like, when you're on a path, you get like, you know, like a 10% move speed boost or something like that. So I want to do things like that. And then I want like almost like a StarCraft 2 Zerg like bug type race for like, that's what's going to be underground, you know? And so I want that to spawn creep just like in StarCraft. And, you know, maybe they move faster on creep, but you move slower on the creep, or whatever I end up calling that. So I definitely want that kind of stuff too, which will be good for this system. What if you use the same principles to have dead bodies stay there indefinitely, rotting until someone moves them? I mean, I can do that without this system for sure. I mean, I already have the ECS system, so that's kind of what I'm hoping to pair with this, because, you know, and I've said this plenty of times before, but like, you know, we're only generating this small radius right now. I want to generate the whole world, and I want to have it running at all times. So that's what the ECS system is going to help for. And yeah, you know, with that, I could just not delete the entities when they die, you know? And I'm sure I will have, I'm very RimWorld inspired, so I'm sure I will have some deterioration type stuff, type mechanics. I don't think I would need anything that I've done here today for that though, is I guess what I'm saying. That would just be an ECS system state tree type solution. Nice. Okay. Do I want to do anything with slope right now? I already kind of have it set up a little bit here. Yeah, maybe. Because I am hungry, and I do need to mow the yard today. My dismay. But I don't know, like, this is a good stopping point. I don't know if I want to keep going or not. Oh, and I need to pass in normals too, the normal information. Either that, or I need to figure out the analytical derivative of the noise, which apparently is like differential calculus. So that's going to be fun if I decide to do that. I think you're allowed some time off. Well, I don't want time off. I want to keep working on it, but I just have other things I have to do, like eat food. Should probably go work out as well. Yeah, and I do have the normals. I do have normals. I'm not like saving them. But I do have normals. Yeah, that's a whole can of worms though. I don't think now's the time to get into that. So we might call it. Let's call it here. Let's see if anyone else is on. Odds on. Perfect. Perfect. Who else is on? We will raid Odd Oculus. So, yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out today. Push Button, good to see you. Clue Dawes, Super Adam. Who else was here? Boom was here. Oh, and Brightside Movement with the raid. Thank you. Appreciate the raid. Tony Cog. Well, thanks everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the day. So maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope so, at least. Until then, see you later. Say hello to Odd.